Welcome everyone to the Pantheon. I'm your host Ray,
I'm Evie.
and today we're talking about the Eternals, the Chloe Zhao uh, Marvel Cinematic Universe film. Is part of the Phase 4 of the MCU. It came out in the fall, late fall of 2021. It is the third longest MCU movie to date. To tell you how it ranks, Marvel's Infinity War and Endgame are the longest running movies. This is number 3. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is number 4, and Spider-Man: Far From Home is the 5th longest movie in terms of length. So this is long, to kind of give you an idea. But it's a spectacle. It is. Chloe Zhao won an Oscar that same year for No Man Land, and it is a cornucopia feast for the eyes. So what's the movie about? It starts off 5000 BC. A celestial who are like gods. Would you say celestials are gods? You would say that's correct. Like eternity's a god. Nowhere's sort of like a god. I mean, he's a dead god, but like they're like entities of the universe. They can take a form. They can not take a form. Anyways, I believe this celestial's name is Arishem.
Something like that.
Arishem. Yeah, he's a celestial. He sends the Eternals, 10 of them, to Earth because these things called the Deviants are on Earth they're like predators. They go after like alpha males to try to kill off or hunt like these mankind. So Arishem sends the Eternals to preserve and protect the Earth. This is in, again, 5000 BC. So the year is 1512. They finally get rid of the last deviant, and they're now on Earth. They flew on the spaceship called the Domi. Not that it's important. And once they completed their mission, they decided to go their different ways because they have a difference of opinion of how things are done. Which is, people. It's like a family. You go your different ways. So they've been out of touch for centuries. There's 10 of them. 2 of the characters, Cersei and Sprite. Sprite is this little kid who basically he's an immortal, but he's been a child all his life. They've been living in London. They're probably like the only 2 that kind of still pair up. The rest of them are all like scattered along the world, and they don't know where everyone is. And then we come to present day, and we find the Deviants are back, and they attack Sprite and Cersei in London until one of the other Eternals, Icarus, I believe his name is, comes in and saves them from a Deviant attack. And they realize that they did not do the job. There's still Deviants on the planet Earth, and they have to come together to make sure to save humanity and preserve the Earth. And so that's what the story is about. The story is mostly about the journey of collecting all 10 Eternals to fight the Deviants, which is like almost like the polar opposite of what they are. Okay, was that a good summary so far?
Oh, I think so. Good job.
So for those who have no idea what I'm referring to, what is a deviant?
Are you asking me, or you're just wait?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, a deviant is like an alien who are fighting on another bunch of aliens that apparently, like a god made both types of aliens, fight each other.
Well, what's the point of the deviant? Like, what's their goal? Do you know what it is?
To actually 2 types of aliens trying to survive, made by a god.
Okay.
Who both want to survive, and whose goal is that, and to survive.
All right.
Yeah. So that this god made. So they both, and they all want to survive. So it's a fight.
Right. We also should mention too, just I'm sorry to interrupt. This is after. Well, this takes place right during and after the events of Endgame. So they brought everyone back from 5 years ago, right? So
okay, I didn't know that. Cool.
So the Earth is now heavily populated with 5 years ago people missing, and they're back, right? Which unlocks another deity, which I don't want to spoil the movie, but that's something that's an important factor in this important little subtopic of this movie. Do you know why? And I won't answer this, but do you know why? And if you can answer this, that'd be great. Why the Earth doesn't know about these people, about the Eternals? Like they've been around for millennia and no one knows about them.
Why they are?
It was explained in the movie, but like no one knows they exist.
Oh, okay.
Do you know that reason behind all that?
No.
Okay, no, I just want to know. I don't want to give that away, but if you knew, it'd be great to hear your perspective on that.
Hmm. Well, I'll do some research, and then if you
Mhm.
still want to hear it, I'll tell you.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So let's talk about the pros and cons. I think the pros of this is that Chloe Zhao shot an amazing visual sight. I mean, some of the special effects and graphics here are like amazing. If
Mhm.
you watch like No Man Land, I mean, this just the landscaping and just the world of how she captures these symbols and looks and just everything is it's just a feast for the eyes. Like it really like she can really frame in exactly this world. The composition of this world
Mhm.
is top notch,
Mhm.
right? What are the positives can you say about this movie?
It draws people to them, you know. The story makes sense. The special effects are great,
Okay.
and it makes you want to learn more about it rather than it being like a film that is totally eye popping,
Hmm.
you know, and how the yeah, and how it draws to people, and it makes sense.
Well, that's funny because I have the opposite feeling emotion.
Okay.
In terms of story, like because okay, this is written by I think five writers. Zhao was one of the co-writers for the screenplay. Um, in terms of the characters, I don't think even though it's 10 Eternals, not all the characters are given enough time. Even though this is a super long film, I don't think a lot of the characters are given enough backstory or explanation, or is not evenly dispersed. That's what I'm trying to get at. So
I can.
I think certain characters could be developed more or explain more
Okay.
about them. That's just
Okay.
me. In
Okay.
terms of concepts, this movie is baffling. I mean, I think it's because of the length. It's super long, and it could have cut it down at least 20 minutes. Some stories they leave by the waistline line. It's certain things they don't follow through with it, and I think also when you watch it, um, like relationships, they set it up. They kind of explain it to you, and then they sort of like not follow through with it. I mean,
Okay.
there's right, but like the actual concept of what's really going on and all these little like the story itself it's a long journey and there's a lot of things that go on a lot of it's if you don't know what if you're unfamiliar with the concepts and the structure of this movie it's a real you have to pay attention like it's a kind of film that you have to watch more than once and that's if you're willing to watch a lengthy movie that's over 148 minutes length you know like it's almost three it's under 3 hours so it's a real prodding experience if you're not having a good time with it.
Okay.
But
No,
what is it about that you found so easy to understand? Like what is it? What concepts did you find easy for you to grasp in this movie?
um, honestly, looking back,
Mhm.
I think a lot of it didn't explain much. And I think that why that the people liked it. See, I just got drawn in because the special effects on thinking back, like, no, I didn't think it great. Oh,
Well, no, I don't want to like crunch your yum on it. Like I'm sure you enjoyed it. Like, but in terms of like story, okay, so because of story, like Athena, which is the Angelina Jolie character, and you know we
mm,
have Icarus, the guy who's shoots the eye
right.
beams out. I mean, even in the trailer, you know, it looks amazing. You know, you have Sprite who can't talk, and you have all these little. Sorry,
Right.
that's Cersei who can't. Who's it? Who's it who can't talk? I forgot.
No, it's not Iris. It's
Because they're actually deaf in real life, I believe. So they can't really speak in real life.
oh, those two. Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I forgot. My mind's starting to slip a little bit. But like, anyways, the point of this is there are stories in here that are good, but like as a whole, I think there's some it's it's, even though with the length, I don't think it's enough time to really hone in on what you're seeing, you
Mm.
know. But like, what were things? What were some highlights for you for this movie? Like, okay, what's your
Highlight?
sorry, what's your favorite scene of this movie? Like, what was it? What was the best scene, special effect wise, that grabbed your attention? And what was your favorite scene in terms of story?
Well, it's all when what the god actually blowing up stuff. Sorry, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
I thought that's amazing. I thought it was well done. I thought that was well done. The scenery. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Forget whatever else I said.
Oh, it's too bad. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no,
What do you
not
mean?
that I want to challenge you. I just want to get your opinion. It was really good. Okay. Because I always think, the wrath of God is, will smite you down. Okay. We're getting to Old Testament now. Well, okay. Well, on that note, I'm Ray.
I'm heavy.
We'll talk to you next time. Take care.